I am officially the Mr. Beast of Bitcoin. Just kidding. But I have sent a lot of sats to a lot of different people in the last week here. I had a video last week talking about the Lightning addresses and claiming your Lightning address before it's gone. And it went viral. It was probably one of my most popular videos I've had on this channel. And so I'm going to be sharing all the analytics related to the video. I think it's kind of cool. It's interesting to me, so I figured it'd be interesting to people out there as well. We're going to talk about the sats spent, the sats earned, the time spent, and was it worth my time or not talking about this Lightning address thing using speed. I'm also going to be talking about a couple other things, including how to use Lightning now that there's a lot of new people using Lightning, some best practices I want to share, my experience with it, some cool things I learned reading through the comments and just going through the process of it, and more. So we're going to start out right off the bat talking about the video here. So I want to share the analytics for part one of this, or the original video that went viral, which was titled, Grab Your Lightning Address Before It's Gone. So you can see here, I have the opportunity cost browser extension installed on my computer here. And so it's kind of cool. I did the whole breakdown here in sats because I was, it felt right. So the revenue from this, from the AdSense revenue, was $57 Canadian, I believe, or a total of 40,557 sats. So for sharing this video, for the ads on this video, I took in 40,557 sats. 243 new subscribers. So shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel after watching this video. Hopefully you'll find this one as well, and you'll learn some more things about the Lightning Network. But I also want to share this spreadsheet that I made up, which is going through our profit and loss from this little venture that we went on here. So let me share this screen instead. Okay, so we have the sats sent. So this took me a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I kind of expected maybe 20, 30 people to watch this video. I want to just quickly look at the comments on this before we go any further, because there was a lot. I want to get the total number here, though. My email address back in the day, back in 2004, 2003, I have here sometime in there. 1,000. This was the email that I comments. 1,042 comments. Again, I was expecting about 20 or 30 people to send this to, but it ended up being much more than that. So the total people that I sent sats to so far were 277 people, all done manually, entering each person's Lightning address into the app and sending them 88 sats each. So my total cost so far is approximately 24,376 sats. So you can see here the ad revenue from that was 40,557. And the referral income, so basically every time somebody used my referral code that I shared there, I got 1,000 sats for that. The person who used the code, they got 500 sats. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, but Speed rejects some referral code. So I only got about 20% of the actual amount of people who signed up for it. And I still have a bunch of payments to make here, but it takes a while. I'm telling you, it's probably, and what we're going to cover here next is my time. So it looks like I made out pretty good on this. I sent 24,000, but I made 145,000. That seems like a pretty good deal to me, except you have to factor in your time into this, right? So let's make this a little bit bigger. So I estimate that it probably took me about 3 hours. It might have been more than that. 3 hours to make all those payments. I did it over a couple different nights. My rate per hour is about 200,000 sats, give or take, depending on what the dollar amount is and the price of Bitcoin. But I adjusted that because I'm not really, I wouldn't be making that rate by entering in manual Lightning payments into a phone. So I adjusted it to be 100,000 sats per hour for a total wage cost of 300,000 sats. So really, at the end of it, even though it sounded like I was doing pretty good there with my referral income and my AdSense revenue from YouTube, it probably cost me about 154,000 sats if I factored my time into this. But it was still worth it to me because I mean, there was the subscribers there. The channel got a lot of exposure. There's a whole bunch of new people who are using the Lightning Network now. And to me, even though it's a loss in sats, on paper, I would say it was still a win for the channel. So I want to share a couple different things here. Now that people are experts on Lightning, and I apologize here. I had a very whiny dog. That's why the door is shut. So I'm a little bit shook up. And my connection is unstable right now. So hopefully this isn't too choppy for you. But we're going to, oh my God. I'm sorry. This StreamYard is giving me so much grief right now. And I apologize. Microphone was the wrong one. And I literally just changed it right before this video started. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why I keep flipping back to that. The last video I did too was with my webcam audio. So if you made it this far, congratulations. You get a better microphone for the last part. So now that you're an expert in Lightning, now that you have your Lightning address claimed, I want to share some information on what you can be doing with this today. And the first thing I want to start with is actually earning Bitcoin. So there's several different ways, several different things that I do every single day to earn some Bitcoin. Because again, if you go back to the theory of 1 sat being equal to $1 at some point, it might be a decade, it might be 2 decades, sometime, it's worth it to do. Even if it's 50 sats that you're getting from this website or app every day, it's worth it. It's like the Bitcoin faucet that used to give out 1 Bitcoin for just pasting in your Bitcoin address. It seems crazy 10 years later, but at the time, nobody really cared about doing it because it wasn't that valuable. But in 10 or 20 or 30 years from now, the sats that you compound and earn today are going to be a huge difference maker for you and your family in the future. So I'm going to leave a couple different links in the pinned comment and in the show notes for this. But number one is an application called ZBD. So basically every day I just log into the app, I do a poll, and I get between 10 to 100 sats just for doing a poll. You don't need to have the right answer even. And those sats sit on the Lightning wallet within ZBD, and you can withdraw those sats very easily at any time into your new speed address. So that's ZBD, number one. Number two is Fountain. The Fountain app actually has every single podcast available to you, and you can listen to these podcasts and you can earn sats every single day. It varies between 10 sats to 300 sats. Most days it's only 10 sats. But if you're somebody who listens to podcasts every day, you should be listening to one on Fountain and earning some free sats. Again, there's a built-in Lightning wallet in Fountain that you can accrue sats in, and then you can send it and withdraw it into your new speed wallet. And the third one here is a game called Bitcoin Snake. So if you ever have any downtime, if you're sitting at the doctor's office or in the airport or on the can, you can play some Bitcoin Snake. And every time you play, you get tickets into a draw, and that draw is every hour. So every hour you have a chance to win free sats. Usually it's like 2 or 3 sats, but you can hit a jackpot and get more than that. So you let it accrue on there for a couple of days, and then you withdraw it to your speed address. You can do all 3 of those. ZBD, Fountain, and Bitcoin Snake are very, very easy to withdraw those sats to your new speed address. And the second one here, so once you're doing this for a while, maybe a month or 2 or 6 months, you're going to build up a decent balance in your speed wallet. So there's a lot of different things you can do that with that. You can spend it on different websites online that accept Bitcoin. But what I would advise you to do is once you get to like 50,000 to 100,000 sats, I would actually move it off of your speed wallet and put it onto the layer 1 network. And what I use to do that is a wallet called Aqua. So Aqua is pretty much the main wallet that I use these days. I use it pretty much every day. And I like it because it's a non-custodial wallet, which means that you have 12 words to that. You own the Bitcoin in that wallet. It has on-chain, it has Lightning, it has Liquid, and it has USDT. So you can store all of these digital assets on one wallet, which you hold the keys to, and you can swap between layer 1 and layer 2. And so what you're going to do here, once you get a sufficient balance in sats and your Lightning and your speed address, you can actually go into your Aqua wallet, and I'll share the link to Aqua. It's just aqua.net, but you can create an invoice in there for say 50,000 sats. You go back to your speed wallet, you paste that invoice into your speed wallet, and then you send the sats from speed into Aqua. And then you can either just let them sit there for a while, or you can actually swap that to be on chain, on layer one. You create a brand new UTXO, which is what you want here. It's fun to play around with sats on Lightning and all that kind of stuff. But what you really want here is Bitcoin on layer one, sats on layer one. So you swap it from layer two, which is considered to be your checkings account in Aqua. You swap it to your layer one, which is considered to be your savings account in Aqua. Very easy to do. You'll have to pay a bit of a fee to do that because you're moving it onto the Bitcoin layer one network. So you'll pay a transaction or a conversion fee there. But that's what I would say is swap it. Once you get a decent balance, get it onto layer one, and then you can move it to a cold storage wallet from Aqua. You can leave it there, or you can send it to like a Sparrow wallet from there. The next one here is some tips. So I kind of mentioned it there, but I wouldn't recommend keeping a large balance on your Speed wallet. The Speed wallet is called a custodial wallet, which means you don't actually own those sats. Speed owns those sats. You just basically have an IOU to those sats. Very similar to like cash in your hand versus cash in the bank. So cash in your hand means that you actually own that. You don't need anybody's permission to spend it. Nobody can take it from you. It's yours. And that's what Bitcoin on layer one is. What we were just talking about there, swapping from Lightning to on-chain. That is true ownership on layer one. So you want to get your sats off of Lightning as soon as possible, or at least onto a non-custodial wallet like Aqua. So with cash in the bank, that's just an IOU from the bank saying that they owe you this amount, right? When you make a deposit into the bank, you need their permission to access that. That's just basically an IOU from the bank saying, hey, we owe your money here. But if something goes wrong, or they don't like what I'm doing, or they suspend my account, that's not actually my money. And it's the same thing if you're using a custodial wallet like Speed. It's basically just an IOU saying that Speed owes you those sats if you ever decide to withdraw them or put them onto layer one or move them to an Aqua wallet. So don't keep a large balance on any custodial wallets. That includes Speed. So I would honestly say every time you get to like 10,000 sats within Speed, just move it to your Aqua wallet. Get it into a non-custodial wallet like Aqua that you hold the keys to, and you actually own that Bitcoin. It's no longer just an IOU. The second one there is I would create if you have a business, get yourself a Speed wallet with your business name. It's the exact same thing. You might have got your name, your full name, your nickname, something fun. But if you have a business, make sure that you claim your business name with Speed. I think all that you need to do there is have a different email address than you originally signed up with, and you should be able to create a secondary Speed wallet for your business. And I do think that your business one will be just as important as your personal one if you want to be accepting Bitcoin in the future. You want to keep it short, concise, and easy to share with people. Next one here, if you have any kids, create a Speed wallet for your kids, because if they're 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, they are obviously not in the market for a Lightning wallet today. But by the time they are, their name, their nickname, their favorite username is going to be gone. And so you can create a wallet today with another different email address on Speed with their name or nickname or whatever you want to create for them. And finally, there are also other options like Koinos. I love the Koinos wallet, even though they've had a couple of issues lately, which demonstrates the need to pull your sats off of custodial wallets. They've had a couple different hacks or something go on there where people lost sats because it was a custodial wallet. But I still love Koinos. I love their website. I love their app. I love what they're building. So I would suggest also getting a username on Koinos. So that's koinos.io. I'm going to put all these links in the pinned comments in the show notes for you. But create the same username and claim your username on Koinos and Wallet of Satoshi and ZBD. As many as you can, because we don't know which one's going to be like the Gmail of the future. I would create as many as you can, store them in a safe place, and you can always use them later if you want to. You don't have to always be using them today. Just claim your username on these different Lightning wallets. The next one here that I would say, just want to make sure that my microphone is still connected. It is. The next one that I'm going to say is I talked about the referral fees on what I made there. 100,000, I think it was 105,000 sats from sharing my link. I mean, that was one video, a viral video for me anyways. Don't expect that. But what I would say is if you have a Speed wallet now, you also have a referral link. And so you can share that with your family members, with your friends, with your coworkers, And it could be the same process. They're going to get 500 sats. You're going to get 1,000 sats. So it's a good way to earn free sats as well. Share your referral code. And the last one here, I had a couple people in the comments asking, how is this different than like a Strike wallet? I already have a Strike account. Why would I need Speed? Well, the difference here is that Strike wallet is fully KYC'd, which means KYC means know your customer. So they have your name, your address, your phone number, your driver's license. They have all that information. And so anytime you're transacting with Lightning or on chain, they have access to those transactions. Whereas the Speed wallet and Koinos and Wallet of Satoshi, these are all non-KYC wallets, which means that you don't have to put in your full name. You don't have to verify your information. You don't have to put in your phone number. These are all considered to be non-KYC wallets, which is why I prefer using these versus something like Strike in the US, or who else would have one here? Bitcoin Well uses Lightning. So those are KYC accounts. Anytime you put your identity, your driver's license into when you're signing up, that's a KYC'd account. They know who you are. They can see all your transactions, and that could be linked back to you. But for these wallets, they're all non-KYC. You don't have to enter any of that information in there. So that's why I like sharing these with new Bitcoiners, because it sucks when you get somebody into Bitcoin and the first thing that you tell them is, hey, go sign up for this ShakePay or Strike or River or Bitcoin Well. Any of these accounts, they require you to actually put in your identity. And I think that that's just a bad first exposure to Bitcoin, because that's not what it was meant to be. It's a peer-to-peer way to send value to each other. And so using something like Speed or Koinos or Wallet of Satoshi for somebody's first exposure to Bitcoin, you can get them to create an account. They can set up their username, and you can send them sats, and they can see the magic of sats and how the Lightning Network works, how quick it is, how cheap it is. It does seem like magic, like a magic trick. And then that's their first exposure. And then they might get an account. They might start buying. They're going to learn more about Bitcoin and why this asset is so special. So it's great for new Bitcoiners. It's a great way to share. I hate the term orange pill, but that's what people know it as. But it's a good way to share Bitcoin and grow the network here, is using things like Speed and Wallet of Satoshi and Koinos. And the last one, I just wanted to kind of say, number one, I'm still getting through all the comments. So if you left a comment there with your username and you haven't received any sats from me, it's coming. It's a lot. It's hard to do. And I'm just kind of chipping away at it. But it was really cool to see all the different people on there. Some people said where they were from. Some people, left some very nice words for me there. It was a really cool experience. As painful as it was to enter everything in manually, it was a really cool experience for me there. But I was kind of thinking, like, when we see 88 sats here, that's what I sent everybody. In Canada, it's about 10 cents, which doesn't really buy me a whole lot. It used to buy me 2 candies at the store. Now it wouldn't even buy me a fraction of a candy at the store. But I was sending these to all different places of the world. And I feel like places like Argentina or parts of Africa, these 88 sats might actually be much more powerful at this time, because their currencies are worth so much less than ours here in the Western world, in Canada and the US. So that was pretty cool. I like doing that. And I don't know what it would have, if you're watching this from one of those countries with a weaker fiat currency right now, let me know what those 88 sats could buy you in your country. It might be a fraction of a candy here, like it is in Canada, or it might be a drink or a sandwich or something in a different country. So that's the cool thing. This is a global currency with global liquidity and a global network here. And all these sats go they go further in different parts of the world. So I just thought it was kind of cool, and I want to share that with people. So that's what I got for you today. Thank you for watching this one. Thank you for participating, I guess. There's a lot of people who just left their username and didn't say, thanks or anything. So I made sure to say, you're welcome in the comment that I sent back to them. But anyways, our whiny dog here, Arnie, he's outside. He had to get the door closed on him because it is time for his walk right now. So it's kind of my fault. But that's his wallet at the top. If you're on Lightning now and you want to send some value back to this channel for the knowledge that we're sharing here, the attempt at growing this network and the message that we're trying to get across to people here. It's a really good way to support the channel. And of course, my own Speed app, my own Speed wallet is 88 sats. So if you want to send some value to the channel, we don't have any sponsors here. We never will have any sponsors here. I believe in trust, integrity, and maintaining my own voice. And so that's a good way to support the channel if you like what we're doing here. So that's it. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're having the best day of your life today. And we will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.